for a better aba and I board on some selection. And you know, the Bible better which she say the right selection for the winner. And I feel so Ghana for to aba so we are call out don't to man in the pa or feel say oh you good now the best person should.
But say the mummy and son so ya sonny so de sa a more gina say or mummy and son move back be win. Obi an so purchase episode so best to win than the other.
Yeah. So na dia obi an boxing ring won be ka say be bo me. Ti me ko ni abo me. Ti obi a be jire no ho. Obi wo krampa o ka say me win onim so win. But still obi ka so be win until the final fight is over no you don't concede defeat.
Okay.
And I think say obi a be ka me kwa ko win but at the end of the day no Ghana for any board no motiso no na ombechire ame hu the obi. But I feel say Ghana Music Awards they always do the best. I mean they try their best to eto be be ba man for do yempe but umpo yeah banana.
Felicia, who are you suspecting or expecting so Berini the day?
Stoneboy enye bida. Kepewes wenye bida.
Mpacho David.
Onyai.
Wa nomination o sa so.
Ba onyai.
The bida.
Kempaluta so nya bida.
On David.
Kempaluta last year onya artist of the year.
David.
New artist of the year.
Yeah.
Na this year onya the benek. Enye easy o.
Okay.
But mun nyina so nyum no ye nice. Omun nyina yeah nti may the best person win.
But I may come home we assist here
enko jai
bibi ti say KIN baako bi yakupon de be ma baako bi ohene baako bi baje efri say obono fa ne ho bi no de nam sa but ono so ebetimi age amen.
Zabo na we dey say Ozure say ujina mu mujina de bompaye ba ko so win artist of the year one na bompaye bo eternity Kim Promise Kim Paluta Stoneboy
Stone so ye mini papa o
mu de na e wa bo wadaroma
o say
entrance
there be mountain
entrance
this is Stoneboy
why mini papa okay
Hana boy enyumo na say opposition for na the year
si fiane bi si fiane bi checking personality one nyam ode
money
because o say nyam
I want money na so na ma omose na ekunta
omose ma ekunta omose
eno say ya papa na ponyom no
was a
ya papa na ponyom na ayi
na minia
vice enso nyom no
okay
say nyom no say it's not easy say we beto nyom a vice president and opposition say tam class no win opposition
but of mama ka bibi a shock you anyum na nya nomination bia sa anyum na work na
sa okay
say ntimi anfa break 18 ntimi anfa ma machine
oh but all man koi all the baby am free but
the artist ni din koi
ama enyum na nkasa kwara nso koi
okay
enyum na nkasa koi it don't say enyum ni say no me tia say wo kasa bi a mento beye 4-5 minutes kura me to me so hwe ni amai yes say do won so mu
baby kwa na me kura me baby a sa ma adwene won correct me say say
it we what the sister into the 10 minutes crop but we free she answer sa so it you know am said what me and say nyina no menia me pesa me call too much
okay
I me pesa me call too much because what me and say nyina ye nkrofo a me pe won asem won so pe masem
okay
it you know ye de ye di on wachi de mpai bo di on wachi honam fam de be free mu abade na ye onipa na nkasa ni jejeje
to we de na nipa na ngasa den
ni jejeje
otebe
me pesa be call because
wotebe ba yesu ye bube
na say anything
say o say de o kan bibi twa to
me wure fidi me kan
o di jejeje bi twa to
okay that is as you say
bas That's a bass. Bella, Bella, amongst the three.
Me wanted to say, they've done amazing. They've done really well during the year. Stonebwoy, Wenya Artist of the Year.
Last year.
Last year. Kim Promising, so no, he's been somebody that Onya nominations be most of it be sometimes a fun. Even the popular song of the year last year, I thought he wouldn't even get it, and he got it. I was really excited for him. And
with
I think,
right?
yeah, now because no, he's somebody that when he gets nominated, especially for TGM, it's me. Yeah, so I really thought that he wouldn't get it, but he got it. And I came Palutan. So, in acting, we believe in our seniors. And Obi Bejawa, Omanusa, and say, you believe
acting, no believe in seniors.
Yes,
yeah. Ruby or not, junior, not Felicia is senior. Mummy bet me a player. Because
no, solely on the director, but to say your mom that respect, that they deserve to get some things because they've been there. And hence, when we wanted to say Kem Paluta on Relaxema Kem Promise, and I feel like he deserves it.
Also on
yes, on Relaxema Kem Promise, I feel like he deserves it this year. It's no name remember.
But I know a history kakrebi. Has there been any time I will be a winning artist of the year back to back?
Debbie. So that record is yet to be broken. That jinx now is yet to be broken. A few people are back close to. I remember in 2005, Ofori won Artist of the Year. At the time, popular song of the year. So 2006, now. Or the Otolege, no, or the Otolege the winning year. So the next year was Emanuela. So now people were hoping say I could be winning with Emanuela. And I used to be beating with I want to see you, my father. And then the other person about close no Sako there. Yes. And then who else has come close? I think said Stonebwoy. Yeah. So they've not been back to back. Yeah, Bibia, that record back one obeying to me and set it, not to need to break to set a record. So the coming Siciano, Stonebwoy, and now what the potential or the ability to actually set that record. So we need now I wonder the first we winning 3 times because 2019 the officially announcing anything, still is on hold.
Yeah, now so that.
So if indeed, to me, if we need this year, that means that 1, I set a record as winning back to back. 2, and obey the most awarded artist of the year through the 26-year period. So on the he has a lot to. It's so why tight and that's why I'm very serious. Because of the record that which me has set it and then etch his name in the history books when it comes to the TGM.
But Stone and the 2 Kings.
Yeah.
Year under review. So we show crystal ball. Now can count no senior. I don't want to say woman in so no.
So in the
in baby Oja.
Ola let me so
Nyabu trainer call.
So for those who name what the criteria or not says now. Artists of the year as the artists are judged by the academy, board and the general public as the artists with the highest audience appeal and popularity in the year under review. So this is highest audience appeal and the
popularity.
Yes. So these 2 factors in the basis for giving somebody or crowning somebody artist. So they all a requirement to get into that category.
Yeah.
So the artist must have released a hit single, EP album, and must be the one of the artists with the highest nominations. So only there is how you get in there. But as members of the general public, members of the academy, any members of the board, the agent to actually say, yes, separate this person from that person on that person is the measurement of audience appeal and popularity. For 2024. Now, the woman said, "Obesha conversation say na yakona." it looks as if say the conversation is centered around just 3 people.
No, but before you go there, no. So 2 things: highest audience appeal and popularity.
Yes.
How do you define or determine audience appeal of an artist?
So audience appeal, no personal definition for TGM and say your ability to generate excitement, your ability to generate conversation. I mean, there must be some level of excitement surrounding your artistry.
Okay.
That's how you measure the audience appeal. So, for example, any of the 3 guys walks in here, what kind of excitement they did greeting? So, walking onto a stage, what kind of excitement? So, more artists of the year category, what kind of conversation and a hover around them? How are they able to generate a certain kind of attention,
and
drive?
Okay.
You understand? So that's the audience appeal. Bibina, almost all the artists, no performance sheet.
Yeah.
So the performance sheet, shows they played in Ghana and outside. And people have argued, say, oh, why do they include shows or more performance outside? I think why they do that, they say, are they on to the audience appeal?
Sure.
Because an appeal no any strong or ha Ghana you know about no
unfair.
The appeal no yes, and most importantly, the consideration must be within the shores of Ghana. Because a Ghana Music Awards.
That's the first point.
That's the first point.
Yeah.
So you cannot argue your case and say, oh, Bosho or landing Bosho ha. You can only stretch the argument and say, appeal no and a transition echo all those places. Because when you appeal no ha, maybe he may not be called there and there. But the focus must be on what we'll be able to achieve within that period in Ghana.
Oh, Ghana assassin.
You understand? But you cannot rubbish the fact that Oma appeal no to me generate wahano are translated into other places. If you do that, it means that Obama Awards no process na different nominations and artists of the year particularly because I know what tables on a bare fraud. You know why? Because streaming numbers, any other numbers now you gather so Palutanya this streaming number, can promise this streaming numbers. Somebody you know abuchi for them so account.
True.
Do you understand?
And
Ghana. So the numbers that they boldly come out and say, "Me 3 million streaming numbers."
Yeah.
Abuchi for no so count.
And now
those numbers. So if you want to
stream farm so count.
Exactly. So of course. So if you want to argue the fact that men fat Abuchi influence no count, then you might as well remove the foreign influence that was streaming numbers.
True.
So what you can stretch again the argument is say appeal now when you wahano and translating into the other places. That's so hard. So that's how, and then of course popularity there. Once I hear your name, I don't even ask so that's how you measure popularity. And I say every cranny Biana the name is there. Exactly. Everywhere. So within 2024, how popular was the artist? So
okay, so within 2024,
yes,
how popular was King Promise? How popular was King Paluta?
So for
and how popular was Stonebwoy?
So for
within that year,
so you don't need to factor anything else.
No popular then
so
how
you don't need to factor anything else. But because a period we are doing the awards based on a period. So when it comes to popularity, and guess what? You say highest. So so you are differentiating one person from the other based on the levels. So in popularity, when an popularity was on that level, when an audience appeal was on that level. So when we walk into the voting room as academy members or board members, that's what we are thinking about, because they all came into the category with the same force. They were popular. They had audience appeal. They had hit songs. Bangers, blah blah. So now to choose King Promise over Stonebwoy or vice versa, it means no was higher than Bako.
Okay.
So that's how that informs us when we are doing our voting, and that should inform the general public when they are doing their voting as well. Now, Ola Micheal woman say that's an American conversation hovering around Paluta. Initially, it was Paluta who was generating all the conversation. Oh, artist of the year, and King Promise real. In Stonebwoy also the force and so so the likes of Team Eternity voting Into no, maybe no more galvanize more fans will be beer, and I sorry be anya way. Into no, you may sit here and say oh.
But a voting, but you also mentioned the aspect of popularity.
No. So I'm talking about the conversation going into
okay.
we announcing the